This is the introductory video for Calculus 1. In this video, we will talk about what calculus is and how to be successful in this course. Welcome to Math 150. This class is implementing what is known as the inverted classroom. We will watch lectures at home and do problem sets in class. The idea behind this is that watching lectures is a much easier skill to do without help than solving problem sets. This way, you'll be solving problems in class when you have the assistance of your peers and your professor. Remember, when watching the videos at home, we have special options. You can always pause the video at any time. You can rewind and replay any of the videos. You can leave comments and questions in the discussion forum on YouTube. You can also watch the video lectures anytime you want, whether it's day or night, as long as you have access to an internet connection. You can re-watch the videos just before the exam time to use them as a study tool or as a way to review the material before an exam. Closed captioning and other accommodations are available upon request. And finally, remember to like the videos that you enjoy or that you find helpful. So let's start by asking, what is calculus? Formally, calculus is the mathematical study of things that change over time. This includes things such as a biologist studying the change in a population of a species, an economist who might study the change in the stock market over time, a physicist who might study things such as speed, acceleration, or the action of forces on an object, or a computer scientist who might be interested in information being transferred over the internet over time. There are 3 topics that we'll cover this semester. The first is limits, where we'll ask what happens when we zoom into a point on a graph. The second are derivatives, where we will ask how do we find the slope of a curve at a point. And finally, we'll discuss integration or integrals, where we ask how do we find the area of shapes other than circles or polygons. So we've talked a little bit about what calculus is. Now let's talk about what calculus is not. Calculus is not the last math class, in spite of what you may think from the way we structure our K-12 math education. Calculus is also not the hardest math class, nor is it the hardest class you'll take in college. Calculus is not a course intended to weed out students from the sciences, nor is it worthless material to be forgotten after the exam is over. There's a reason that you're required to take this class for many of the science majors. This material will show up in your other upper division courses. Calculus is also not what mathematicians do. Very few mathematicians do research on calculus, and those that do are doing calculus in metric spaces other than on the Euclidean plane. Calculus is mostly used nowadays by people in the sciences, in economics, and in physics. So how can you be successful this semester in calculus? The first tip is to come to class every time prepared and ready to learn. Remember to ask for help whenever you're struggling. Please buy and read the textbook. It's available both online and in the campus bookstore. There's also a copy available for use in the library. Do all the suggested problems and assignments, even if they aren't being collected. Once again, ask for help when needed. Form a study group and meet with that study group and work on calculus at least several hours a week. It's also important to study alone a few hours each week. Once again, ask for help when you need it. Don't give up. This is not very productive and it's not going to help your grade. We ask that you spend 8 hours a week outside of class doing focused work in calculus. That could mean watching the video lectures, solving problems from the textbook, or reviewing material from past classes. Finally, the most important tip again is ask for help when needed. So now that we've discussed the important skill of asking for help, let's address how you can get help this semester. The first tip is to go to office hours. Office hours is good for short questions or specific topics. No appointment is necessary. You can just show up during the designated time, and the designated time and location can be found in the syllabus. The second place to get help is an appointment with your professor. This is good for longer questions or discussions on class performance or other sensitive issues. In order to get an appointment, you must email the professor at least 24 hours in advance, listing several times that work for you. The professor will email you back times that work for her in a timely fashion. Please do not request an appointment in person. You'll be instructed to send an email. The third way to get help is ASAP, which is the tutoring center on campus. Here you can get help on broad topics with peers and tutors available to help. Sign up ahead of time for ASAP appointments online at http://asap.csumb.edu/appointments. Open Lab is also available. Here you can get homework help for general or specific questions, and this allows you to just drop in, but please remember to sign in. Open Lab is every Monday through Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. Both ASAP and Open Lab are in the library on the second floor. This semester only, we have 2 other opportunities for you to get help. The first is Study Hall. Study Hall is Mondays noon to 2 p.m. in Chapman S222. Please bring homework questions, study for quizzes, and review difficult material. There will be professors and instructional student assistants available to help at this time. We will also be offering a boot camp for reviewing pre-calculus topics. This will happen Fridays from 10 till noon in Chapman E127. It's only going to happen the first 4 weeks, however. This will allow you to review pre-calculus topics, and worksheets will be provided on these topics. Once again, professors and instructional student assistants will be available at this time. Once again, welcome to Math 150. Please answer the quiz questions that follow this quiz.